Peace and blessings, beautiful beings. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are doing well on this beautiful Sunday. As you can tell by the sound of my voice, I'm not sick. I am healing. I am actually healing. I'm recovering from this massive cold. This video is definitely going to be a very much sit down, simplified chat with you guys for many reasons. One being, because I am healing, I was sick all week and I was basically resting all week. I even called off because I truly believe our wealth is our health. You know, I think some people might put wealth in with finances and wealth in with like any other type of success that they deem, but in my opinion, the most important type of wealth is our health, whether that is physically, right? In my case, this week, whether that's emotionally, whether that's mentally, whether that's spiritually. So I was really glad that I had the opportunity to just take a couple sick days from work and choose me, right? You know, for those of you who are consistent watchers of this channel, I did not introduce myself. My name is Estelle. I also go by Stella. But for those of you who consistently watch me each and every Sunday, one, I appreciate you. Two, excuse me, thank you so much for tuning in. And three, the most important theme that I always want to throw out in this channel for people who watch, people who just come and go, is to choose to do things that make you feel good. And had I chosen work, professional life over my health, that wouldn't have been choosing to do things for me to make me feel good. And none of us really can function at our best ability when, you know, we're under the weather. So, literally, the last vlog that I have is the DC vlog where I ran a half marathon. And I believe the moment that I got sick was probably the travel from DC back to New York, because it just couldn't have been any other way. You know, someone asked me, do I have allergies? And I'm like, I really don't think I have allergies. Like I've never had an issue being near like trees, flowers, or pollen. So it's not allergies. It was probably just touching a doorknob, touching a handle, touching something that is being used often by many different people. And knowing me, I live in New York, so I rarely have been going to the city, but I had to go through the city to go to DC. That's probably why I got sick. But I'm really glad that I'm healing, and a lot of what is just a leftover is just what you guys are hearing right now. I'm just feeling very stuffed and just making sure that I get all the gunk out. So yeah, bottom line is, health is wealth, wealth is health. It's it's really, really important, in my opinion, to make sure that you choose to do the things that make you feel good. I wasn't gonna say that, but it just easily slid in. So choose to do. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you do something for yourself that makes you feel good. And if you have, comment down below that one thing that you have done that has made you feel good. And if you haven't done that thing yet, comment down below when you plan to do it, right? So definitely this week I'm gonna take it really, this upcoming week I'm gonna take it slowly. I believe that whenever I get sick or like under the weather, it's a reminder to slow down. I was watching something earlier this week, and like the whole family got into a car accident, and it's like they survived, like they were able to just walk home. But it's like, in my head I was thinking, that's so interesting, because those are the types of situations that literally reminds us, like, slow down. Like, let's continue to stay in this present moment. And a lot of my journey is being aware that just because there is something to look forward to does not mean that this present moment is not a present, right? The presence is a present. So remember, choose you, choose yourself, choose the most highest version of yourself. And I think life is just gonna flow easier. And there's something else that I wanted to point out when it comes to this thing called life that I've been like accepting more, and it makes me feel more balanced in my journey. So let's say our lives was graphed by like one of those, you know how the stock graphs go, like sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, Let's say our lives was graphed like that. If I want to go within the past month of my life, I would say I was steady incline. And I want to say that my peak was the race, right? So here we are at the race. We're peaking, all right? We're at the top of the mountain. And shout out to anyone who studies astrology, because I'm an Aries and I feel very comfortable at the top of the mountain, okay? So here I am at the top of the mountain. I done ran 13 miles in 2 hours, okay? Shout out to your girl. Shout out, right? So it's like, if we want to follow the principle of correspondence, or even just any type of principle, as above, so below, right? As within, so without. So what must go up shall come down, right? So it's like, if my peak was right here, there had to be something that had to level me out, right? Because it's like, I rode that wave that whole day last Sunday. Oh my goodness, I feel so good. I feel so great. And then I lied to y'all not. My mom was calling me every 2 hours. And it's like, I couldn't even maintain a 1-minute conversation because of how physically weak my body felt. So I'm like, oh. And I'm realizing that now, like, because I am speaking it out. But while I was actually going through the fields, I wasn't like, oh, this is just, you coming down from just a higher, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's really because that's the theory, honestly, that I'm going by. Like, and I remember, in high school, an old teacher, Mr. Jenkins, may he, rest wherever he is, if he's resting or if he's still continuing the spiritual work as he has transitioned. But shout out to Mr. Jenkins. He was like, yeah, this is your peak. Women, like, y'all 20s, later 20s is y'all peak, okay? But once you reach your 30s, it's downhill from there. And I used to look at him like, nah, Mr. Jenkins, don't put that on us just because of what you've seen. But hey, he might be on to something. He might have, right? And I haven't reached my 30s yet, and I am not in a rush to. But what goes up must come down. As above, so below. As within, so without. And for those of you who are wondering, like, where this all, like, kind of stems from, I'm a huge reader. And there's this book that I've read that talks about the principle of correspondence. And it's like, there's just a duality to everything, Nothing's always you're not always just gonna ride one wave. There's always gonna be something that either crashes or that's parallel or that's diagonal. There's always gonna be something. And it's so funny how, like, last Sunday I felt physically the strongest, and not even 48 hours later I felt the weakest. So that's why this Sunday chit chat was crucial for me to do, because I realized, like, I'm not gonna stress myself to create something that I don't even genuinely resonate with, So for me, I was like, listen, let's talk about health. Let's talk about the importance of wealth. Let's talk about the importance of slowing down and making sure that we're present within ourselves and those around us, right? That we're present when we're communicating with people, that we're actively listening. And yeah, a lot of this conversation just stemmed because I was sick and I didn't truly create because I had to rest and really heal. And it's important. It's okay to do so. It's really, really okay, because there's always going to be something going on. There's always going to be something happening. But does that mean that we need to always be with that thing that's happening? No, we can recreate what we want, and we can honestly create anything we want to, because the Most High is the source creator. However, we are children of the Most High, so we are co-creators, right? I'm going to end right here and just say that I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I hope you guys enjoy this upcoming week, and be blessed, be loving, be kind, be you. Peace and blessings.